Hi, all friends. Brother Zygos here for a little walk and talk. Maybe a bit of a stand and talk. This looks like a good place to stand. Um, just a few things on my mind. It's just becoming more and more apparent. I feel like what's going on right now is a massive mind control experiment. Maybe you could say a mind control operation, because it seems like this is maybe the experiment was probably more like the past 50 years MK Ultra and television programming and you know elementary school through college indoctrination to trust your oppressor and your abuser. It's just it's looking pretty crazy. Just so interesting to see how people's minds just flip from caring so much about the police abusing people of color, and now they're suddenly applauding it somehow, and because now it's the invisible boogeyman is gonna get you. If so we have to enforce, it's like it's seriously like the rise of superstition again. It's like real superstition, because you're basically there's so many people now that are believing in the spell of the deep state, the spell of the governmental media pharmaceutical system is just fully being implemented to its full extent and wreaking havoc on the reason and sensibilities of masses and masses of people, exposing their hypocrisy, their fraudulent, bleeding heart leftist dogma as utter and complete trash, because they'll just throw that all away at the drop of a hat if it means they're scared of something, or if it means they will be ostracized socially in some way or another for not touting the line, for not adhering to the new doctrine. That's how malleable these people's minds are, and their just insanity has taken hold. So it is interesting on that idea of the invisible enemy, the boogeyman, and all that. I was thinking about that clip of Bill Gates in which he says, that he said it before the whole thing broke out. I think just right before even, that the next big pandemic or virus could be not created by nature, but from on a computer screen. And I thought that was a really interesting thing, because then a lot of people just instantly thought, oh, they were like doing some molecular biology to make something really deadly on a computer screen in a lab somewhere in Wuhan or wherever. But more than that, it's probably more of an equation of how, they can use the computer screen to manipulate people into believing of the fake virus, or the not really all that threatening virus. It's just the virus is a front for totalitarian oppression. It's the boogeyman. So I just kind of thought about it. How did we all find out about this virus? From a computer screen. The computer screen told us, The telescreen relayed the information: be scared, be frightened. Oh, look what's going on in Wuhan. Look what's going on in China. Time to be scared. It's just, everyone starts resharing this stuff and freaking out and thinking the end of the world's coming. So the virus did originate on a computer screen, your computer screen, and my computer screen, and everyone else's computer. That's where it originated. It didn't originate because it's not real. It's just on a screen. It's like it doesn't even really exist, it seems like. I'm not saying that there's something out there that's killing people, but whatever the media is doing is obviously confusing people, and it's not, and they're obviously complicit in this pharmaceutical takeover and authoritarian agenda. So and it's kind of funny that in so many ways it was the perfect time to do this, to roll out this agenda, because you know, this new generation of youngsters, and they're all interested in the cult of personality, and you know, they think like the most amazing person that ever lived is like David Bowie or something, you know. It's and everything is about being hip. Everything is about being hip and fitting in socially, and it's very narcissistic, because the way you do that is basically everything's look at me, look how special I am. It's like it's, you know, using social media to play a part, you know. It's like the theater of like your life that's like fake or whatever, but playing into an image that you think people want to see and that people will respect, because that's what we've been told, what, you know, most people want to see is this sort of fake version of you that that toes the line, you know, that kowtows to an establishment dogma or thought form, you know. So it's like, it's not only that, like, people are fatter than ever right now and more unhealthy than ever. So of course now, if there was something that set free, they did use 5G to start, you know, basically turning everyone into a Manchurian candidate, when now they start sporing out the seeds that have been implanted in their body over the past, you know, 20, 30 years or whatever, then obviously it's like people are going to die right now once the right thing comes in. And yeah, and I think that people, when they're sporing out all this garbage in their body, their exosomes or whatever, are now being released. Yeah, other people are gonna inhale that, and then if their immune system is bad, it won't take care of it, and they're gonna get sick too. So it is turning people into Manchurian candidates, and then the people that get affected by it are probably also people that didn't take care of themselves. I'm not saying it's all their fault. We've been misled for so long, but it's just, when you get right down to the reality of it, it has a lot to do. Like, a lot of people made decisions now, and people at the end of their life that made a lot of really bad decisions. You know, I could be there, right? I could be taken out by whatever's going right now if I hadn't changed my ways 5 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, whatever. It's just people, I don't know what they want the healthcare system that's proven to be totally faulty and shitty now to somehow take care of people when they're on the verge of just total collapse. There's nothing you can do for these people. What do you want them on a ventilator for the next 6 months? Who wants to go out like that? You know, nobody wants to go out like that. And I would just, if it was me, I'd pull the plug, man. What kind of I'm not saying that these people should be killed or anything, or like, but it's just like, you have to realize there's a reason people are dying, and it's not because of the coronavirus. A lot of it probably has to do with the vaccines in the first place that have put the Manchurian candidates in people, that have like blocked out the immune system and blocked nutrients from being absorbed. It's so insane that I just can't even believe how obvious yet, you know, effective what they're doing now is. It's like almost like, to any rational person that has realized that conspiracies are real and that people will do all kinds of things to gain more control, that it's like, whoa, wow, you couldn't have like really written a better script than this one. But yet somehow, if you go against that line, you're a conspiracy theorist. You don't care about people. You are now it's like you're a bad person and socially shunned for not for not believing just the whole story, hook, line, and sinker, even though the one person at the front of that is Donald Trump, who most of these people thought was a Nazi, fascist, tyrant. Just now they're all right with him taking all their liberties and everything. It's really disturbing. There's no doubt about that. I've been disappointed for a while in people, but this just takes the cake, you know. Yeah, so so basically we couldn't have gotten to where we are right now without the internet where it is right now. It's kind of what I'm trying to get at. So in years back when they had, you know, H1N1, was like 2008 or 9 or something, it was like no one really gave a shit that much. I mean, people joked about it, stuff. It wasn't even, no one really saw it affecting them anywhere because it wasn't really affecting anywhere. It was like a test run. Before that was like swine flu and bird flu and everything. Those were test runs. And they didn't have the internet yet, because it wasn't that ubiquitous at that point, so the scare wasn't able to spread like wildfire like it is today. So right now is the perfect time to sort of release the Trojan horse, and it released and it worked, and we have these safe space scared little children that are like whose minds have been so obliterated over the past 4 years that, I mean, longer than that, but especially like with when the social justice insanity started about 4 or 5 years ago to really dig its heels in. I mean, and here we are. They're all right with the government, the authoritarian government protecting them, and they're more than willing to police now for people that aren't wearing a mask, or people that are standing too close to them, or people that have too many people in one space. I mean, forget about, Antifa now gathering. I mean, I don't know, if Antifa starts gathering again, I might have to hang out with them. Like, I never thought that would ever happen, but now it's like, man, I might have to like hang out with people that are actually willing to go against the actual system now. I mean, hopefully these Antifa people kind of waking up, and maybe we will have some people rising up legitimately and defying these orders, like the true anarchists will, the true libertarians will. Yeah, and I mean, I noticed Dan Dix from Press for Truth, he did a little organized up in Canada, in Vancouver. It was very small, it looked like, but people are doing this. They're getting organized and they're defying the lockdown laws and the quarantine. And I mean, I think more people should do that. And I mean, I don't really know how to like get that started where I'm at. Like I said, I'm in Portland. But I mean, if you want to reach out to me, more than happy to like, accept your email and respond. If you want to email me at brotherzygos@gmail.com. That's where you can reach me. And yeah, crazy times. Not sure, what the next moves are. Like I said, I've said in previous videos, I do think that this plan won't work out. People are becoming wise to it, but the majority of people have been so brainwashed, they just, are terrified, their bodies are corrupted, and they just go into a fear state if the screen tells them to. If it tells them to be scared, they just say, okay, well, I'll be scared. Tell me who to narc on, the threat. Tell me where the threat's at. Tell me what to look out for. Anyways. Yeah. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.